This is the Google Pixel 6a, and in today's video I want to give you a flavor of what it's like to use this device on a daily basis in 2024. This video will not be spec driven as I've already made a full review video of the Pixel 6a. So let's start off with the size of the device. Obviously, because of the size and the weight, it means that you can transport it very easily, feels good in your hand, and you can put this in most trouser, jacket or pants pocket, and even I've taken this out when I've gone for a run. Fits neatly in my shorts and I don't feel like I'm carrying a brick around. Also, the other thing I do like about this device as well is that the back here, believe it or not, it always catches me out. It's actually made of plastic, but it does hide fingerprints really well, so that's really nice as well. And also I love this two-tone color combination. I think it's brilliant, and I was somewhat disappointed to see that on the 7a they reverted back to just the same color above and below the camera visor. You do get stereo speakers on the device which pump out really good sound quality. In terms of price, you should be able to pick this up unlocked for maybe about anything, probably between about $200 to $250. There is no face unlock or wireless charging on the device, which should not be a deal breaker at all. But if you want those two features, you'll have to step up to the Google Pixel 7a. You may look at this and sneer at it and think, not so sure, because when you pit it against the Pixel 7a here, yes, it does look dated. But what I will say to you is that don't let that deceive you, because this Google Pixel 6a still packs a punch in a lot of areas. The software, the features, all that you'll get on the Pro series, they're all on here. The cameras, incredible. So if you're thinking not to go for the 6a because of the design, I would think twice. But again, it's your decision, whatever you choose to do. But again, so my point there is, don't judge a book by its cover. Same thing, you could see some houses and you think, they don't look nice, they don't have nice curb appeal, but when you go inside, ooh la la, you'd be impressed. One thing you'll certainly need to be aware of with this device, and take it from someone who owns 3 Google Pixel devices, and the same problem has happened across all 3. And that is that if you're filming for an extended period of time, or you're in a really hot climate where it's probably 80, 90 degrees Fahrenheit, out of the blue, the device will tell you that it is hot. And as a result of that, it will shut down. So whatever you were filming or planning to film has long passed. The one downside that I have with the design of most Google Pixel devices is their button configuration, because here you have obviously the volume rocker at the bottom, and then you have the on-off power button above here. And I don't have another Android phone to hand. Basically what I wanted to demonstrate, that it is the reverse on 100% of other Android devices. So I'm not quite sure why Google saw fit to be different, because when you're switching if you're using an Android device and a Google Pixel device, believe me, the amount of times I always press the wrong buttons. Even with muscle memory, I really struggle. So if you're just using a Pixel device, then that's great. But if you're switching like myself as a content creator, you switch, it's most frustrating. So I really wish that Google would revert back to what everybody does and just switch the button configuration. So again, if you're looking to pick up the Google Pixel 6a, do note that it doesn't have certain features. Now, there may not be deal breakers for you, but I thought I'd mention it just so that you are fully aware before, say, you purchase the device. So for example, it does come with wired charging, and on that note, try and avoid letting the device get too low before charging, otherwise it will take an eternity to charge the device. And if you are caught short in the morning, you wake up and you only got like 20% battery left and you've got to leave the house in an hour or so, you're going to come up short. Now, one way you could tackle that is there is a setting on the device where you can put it like on a it's like a trickle charge, and then what it will do is by the morning it will be fully charged. So that's definitely an option in the device, and that's really good. Obviously there is no wireless charging, and also you do not get face unlock, and the other thing is you only get a 60 Hz refresh rate. Now I have to be honest, that should not be a deal breaker for anybody, because it's only tech nerds, and even I myself, I have to be honest, I'm not fussed whether the device has 60 Hz, 120 Hz, 2000 Hz. As long as it's flowing and it's quite fluid, I'm not too bothered at all. If, for example, you want high refresh rate, face unlock, and wireless charging, then you may want to consider the Google Pixel 7a, because it has all of those features. So in terms of the refresh rate, you have the option of bumping that up from 60 Hz to 90 Hz. Now take the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus. They only come with a 60 Hz refresh rate and a starting price of $800 plus tax. If you're enjoying this video, then a subscribe to the channel below would be like a ray of sunshine, as my analytics are showing less than 2% of you are subscribed to the channel. The other thing I really like with this 6A and moving back, the 7A, is that the design mirrors the Pro series, and I think that's really, really good. I like that, really like that. So for example, if you take the latest iPhone 15, if you go and look at the iPhone SE, oh good lord, it looks like it just looks like Apple ran out of time and it just didn't bother. Whereas here, Google, you can see whatever's on the Pro design wise will be on the A series, and I really like that. So I've got to applaud Google for that. So again, just to rubber stamp what I'm saying, so here on my right is the 6 Pro, and then you've got the 6A here. So again, so 7A, the design is the same. Now let's take a look at some photos and videos taken with the device. And remember, none of them have been doctored in any shape or form. And whilst you do that, I should take a walk along Copacabana Beach behind me, and I should see you at the other end. When it comes to call quality, I have to say I've had no issues with the device. Calls are clear, crisp and sharp. One area where you may prefer the Pixel 6a over, say, the Pixel 7a, and that is the camera visor design. What do I mean? Let me explain. Now, because this camera visor on the 7a is obviously more modern looking, however, it is definitely prone to scratches, so do keep that in mind. Now, you don't see any scratches on mine whatsoever because I always keep a case on my devices, and that includes the 6A as well. But if you're going to be rocking this without a case, I guarantee you will have scratches all over this thing. However, should you choose the Pixel 6a, you're not going to have that problem whatsoever. So again, that is something for you to think about. Google have confirmed that they'll be rolling out their AI features onto their Google Pixel devices. So what does that mean for the Google Pixel 6a? What it does mean is that it will be getting the circle to search feature, which was recently released on the Samsung Galaxy S24 series. If you're looking to pick up this device in 2024, one thing you'll definitely need to know is how many years of software updates it will get. And I can confirm you will continue to get software updates up until July 2025 and security patch updates up until July 2027. So do keep that important point in mind before you make a purchase. In terms of the software itself, obviously it's very much it's clean software. By that, what I mean is you don't get duplicated apps like you have on Samsung phones. So you could have, for example, on Samsung phones, you'll probably have, say, Samsung Pay, then Google Pay, and that kind of thing. But on here, it's very clean, very simple, and as a result, it doesn't eat too much into your internal storage capacity. So, if I'm not mistaken, right out of the box, I do believe the device came with obviously it's 128 gigabytes. And it does come with around 15 gigabytes of system storage. So that should leave you with about, say, 114, 115 gigabytes to play with. And that leads on neatly onto my next point, which is I feel that, say, that 114 or 115 gigabytes thereabouts really isn't enough. And I would have loved Google to have offered this device in a 256 gigabyte model as an option. But I do understand if they did that, then I guess it would blur the price between so in this case, the 6A and the 6. But I just think the 114 or 15 gigabytes is too small. I mean, after all, if you want to use these beautiful cameras, and before you realize, you'll just fill up this storage capacity very quickly. And if you need to, then you just maybe have to take out cloud storage. But again, just to sum up, the Pixel 6a is a nice device. The design may be dated, but do not judge a book by its cover, because it does have a lot going for it, such as the software, which is stock vanilla Android. It is also packed with features which are also on the Pro series. The cameras take stunning photos and videos. In terms of AI features, those are being rolled out onto the device. Now, apart from the circle to search feature, I am unsure at this stage which other AI features the Pixel 6a will get. Do keep the caveats that I've mentioned in mind, and as time passes by, you can pick up the device for a really low price. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. My name is Shola. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another episode. Ciao.